Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the KKRLA Week 4 Game 2. It is the number 1 SKNA Records, being spelled $K/A/RECORDS. Up against the net ranking. I've honestly forgotten the net rankings at this point because guess what? I ain't that smart. It is the number 7, the 8-Bit Legends. Here today, the 8-Bit Legends are on the road, taking on the SKNA Records at their home court, or Urban Central, and I need to see if English is going to start coming out of my mouth or not. But that's besides the point. Today we have this game here, so let's go ahead and get it started. With the first tip-off between these two teams being won by the SKNA Records. The first tip will be won by them. The SKNA Records so far being the only team with a undefeated record. The Keener Records actually being the only team with a completely defeated record is what I like to call it, because that means they have no wins. No wins! 0. 8-Bit Legends trying to set themselves up for a shot. Will actually get the first goal of the game. Surprise to many, the 8-Bit Legends may be trying to get out of a certain kind of drought that they've had for some span of a time. The SKNA Records obviously showing a lot of hope. Here goes the second tip. It will be won by the SKNA Records. Let's go ahead and read off the roster for both teams. On the SKNA Records, you have Stinger, Stinger, Chipper, Chipper, Outlaw, Outlaw, and C-Block, C-Block. And for the 8-Bit Legends, you have Sticks, Sticks, Storm, Storme, Viper, Viper, and Sundown, Sundown. And speaking of Storm, Storm actually scored the first goal off an assist by Sticks. Not their first goal, but it is the second goal for the 8-Bit Legends. Let's go ahead and see the third tip will be won by the SKNA Records, once again trying to find and trying to kickstart some of their goals, because if they lose this game here, no teams will be perfect whatsoever. We'll have a perfect record. Stinger almost hitting a reverse, like, bicycle kind of goal. I don't know what that was. That looks super nice. There you go, the 8-Bit Legends pushing the ball down. Chipper's going to send it away into the 8-Bit Legends side. Chipper going to set that up for a play. Stinger going to block it. C-Block trying to send himself up. C-Block, no luck there. Outlaw keeping it in the 8-Bit Legends side. Stick's going to try to send it away. Stinger going to send it back. Stinger going to send it up the wall. It's an assist for somebody. Still sitting there in front of the goal. Storm going to be able to get it away. If it was any team to beat the SKNA Records and bring them down, I wouldn't expect this team. I mean, I'm not calling the team bad. It's just that this team has not had the best luck, per se, so far, as they just haven't been playing as well as intended. Storm gets a shot. No luck there, though, as the shot was missed. Ball gets sent away into the 8-Bit Legends side as the SKNA Records are trying to find a way to get their first goal and maybe have a chance at securing their 4th win of the season. I mean, as a team with so much pressure on your back, it is really hard to keep up with it. C-Block struggling to send it away into the 8-Bit Legends side, just barely getting it in. Ball going to go back into the 8-Bit Legends side. And that's going to be a pull shot by Sticks. Sundown, the last one to touch the ball. Sticks actually bumps Outlaw to cause the own goal. 0-3 now, as 2:08 is left on the clock. As we see the 4th tip. The 4th tip will be won by the SKNA Records. Once again, the SKNA Records trying to find their goal. Really can't seem to find one right now. Stinger tried to put one up. There's a miss. Outlaw trying to give it to C-Block. C-Block gets it past Viper. C-Block trying to give the setup to somebody. It's going to get sent into the SKNA Records side. The SKNA Records not having a lot of luck here today. As you can see, no goals so far, as it is the almost 1 minute mark. That ball lined up. Sundown going to put it in. Not get any shots on goal, which is a bit surprising to me. But Sundown will get the fourth goal for the 8-Bit Legends, as now it's 1:23 left on the clock. The ball moving at 52 kph. Let's go ahead and see who will win the fifth tip. And it wouldn't be a surprise to me if the SKNA Records won it. And they do. They've won 5 tips, but have scored 0 goals. It is quite a weird thing to look at. I don't think this has probably ever happened in the KKRLA, where you win all the tips but have no goals. Sundown actually going to block that, so it'll keep my statement true. 1 minute remaining on the clock. The SKNA Records do not have much time to work with. You would actually have to be able to score a goal every 15 seconds to even have a chance at getting this back. Sundown going to put it in and make it extremely hard, and probably the final goal of the game, as Sundown now scores the 5th goal for the 8-Bit Legends. Viper is the only one who hasn't scored for the 8-Bit Legends so far. And it's impressive to see such a team that hasn't had much luck going into the past 2 seasons absolutely storm past the #1 team of Week 4. And this team being undefeated too is quite the weird thing. A Sundown hitting another goal. Actually going to be Sundown's 4th goal, which Sundown scores the 6th goal for the 8-Bit Legends. 34 seconds now as the 7th tip goes in the air. It's going to be the 8-Bit Legends winning, and the SKNA Records hitting it quickly back. I mean, and it is so weird to see such a team like this take down a #1 team, especially with that team being undefeated in literally everything. It's going to be Sundown scoring his 5th goal, as now he scores the 7th goal for the 8-Bit Legends. The 8-Bit Legends are just going to keep piling on this score piling on these goals as much as they can, probably to get shot up in the rankings. And it's going to be insane to see how such a huge loss happens to such a great team. The SKNA Records just being the seed #2 last season in the tournament, to now losing to a team that didn't even make the tournament last year, last season, and it'll be the 8-Bit Legends winning the game 7-0. Wow. Sundown is your MVP with 828 score, 5 goals, 0 assists, 3 saves, and 3 shots, followed along by Sticks with 501 score, 1 goal, 3 assists, 2 saves, and 2 shots, followed along by Storm with 334 score, 1 goal, 2 assists, 0 saves, and 3 shots, followed along by Viper with 18 scores, 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 saves, and 0 shots. Let's go ahead and get into the after-game talk. I mean, there's really not much to talk about inside this game except for that the 8-Bit Legends, the 8-Bit Legends absolutely slaughtered the SKNA Records 7-0, and especially being on the road is quite insane and kind of makes my brain itch. But let's go ahead and get into the offensive and defensive talks. The 8-Bit Legends offense played absolutely amazing, basically scoring at their very own will, scoring any chance that they had. Probably maybe missed 1 shot, but that was mostly it. Their defense not really even having to play that hard to keep the 8-Bit Legends away from their goal. Not what I was, no. The 8-Bit Legends defense played not that much, didn't have to really play much of keeping the SKNA Records away from their goal. The SKNA Records offense, on the other hand, pure silence, radio silence. And their defense, on the other hand, pure silence, radio silence. If there had to be a worse performance from a number one team, ladies and gentlemen, you just found it here today. In the KKRLA history, there has never been a worse loss for a number one team, losing by a deficit of 7. 7 goals. I'm not even sure if this team should be put in the rankings next week, but we really have to see. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. But remember, tomorrow's never promised. Tomorrow's game, actually, if I can find it here, is the Musical Strikers versus the Keener Records. All right, I love you, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow.